Samurai Training to Battle. Hello, welcome to the world of samurai. Today you will hear a delightful and tragic story on a samurai who goes by the name of Era Fujihide. There will be happiness at times, but also heartbreak. Why don't we get started then? It was just a normal day for Era. He was working at his house when he found out that he had to start training for battle. He told his dad and brother Kanyo and Makoto his family never really liked him that much, so they started smiling and laughing because they thought he wasn't going to survive the battle. Era started training right away. Learning the skills of a samurai required extensive training. He practiced archery until he could shoot accurately without even thinking. Era also learned to breathe properly and shoot at the same time while riding on a galloping horse. He learned the art of fencing and swordsmanship until he was so good he could also do that without thinking. Finally, it was time for him to go to battle. He was at the starting line of the battle. He remembered all the training he went through, and he wanted to make his family and Lord proud. The two armies faced each other a few hundred yards apart. The samurai on both sides shouted out their names, heroic deeds, and the reason why they were fighting. Era's reason was because he had stolen from a town shop. Then the armies charged with mounted samurai firing arrows as they urged their horses forward. In these battles, the samurai would find an opponent of the same rank. Then they would try to knock their opponent off his horse, wrestle him to the ground, and slit his throat. Era had not died in the war. In fact, him and the other samurais had won. He went back to his family, and they were actually very happy to see him. They had loved him after all this time. Era went to his lord, Daimyo, what he had done for him. I have defeated your enemies, which you could have never done, obviously. Well, if you think that, you know what must happen, said the Daimyo. Since Era had just insulted his lord, who is of higher rank, Era must complete ritual suicide. Ritual suicide is if someone commits a crime, a shameful deed, or insults a person of higher rank, which Era had just done to his daimyo, then he'd have to kill themselves. To prepare himself, he took a bath, unbinded his long hair, and put on the white clothes they used for the corpse. He was served with his favorite foods on a tray, and then a sword on his tray. He took the sword, plunged it into his stomach to create a full circle.
Ouch!
The swordsman quickly chopped off his head to end Era's agony. If Era had made any sound while trying to complete the circle, it meant he had dishonored his family. Era made a very loud sound because it hurts him so much. He was just a big baby, and his family, once again, didn't appreciate him or love him. Directed by Jillian, James, and Sydney.